Swag out them boss. Look, is that?
Was going to buy his website style, the man, the voice of fragrance, here with someone who I've been eagerly excited to talk to, and is none other than the one, the only Karissa Koxx. Karissa, how are you doing today?
Good. Really well.
Good, good. Happy to hear it. Now, doing a little bit of research on you, one of the things that I really absolutely found fascinating is that you just got into the industry in January,
February.
February. Oh, February.
It's
How did
actually
that
how did it
transpire?
happen?
Yeah.
Um, well, my husband and I are in the lifestyle.
Okay.
So preface that like we're not just going vanilla world to content world.
Right.
But my best friend Addison James was
Okay.
going to AVNs for the first time this year in Vegas, and she wasn't sure what to expect. And I was like, oh, I'll come with you. I'll just be like your plus one, because she
Hmm.
was doing some shoots and just, well, we got to Vegas on Thursday, went to our first party that Thursday night, and people were like, oh, I'd love to work with you. And I was like, wait, no, like I'm not. And then it just got easier to be like, oh, give me your Instagram.
Hmm.
And as the week went on, that kind of stuff kept happening. And I was, of course, talking to my husband, and he's like, whatever. I mean, if you want to do it, babe, do it. And I came home and I started talking about it and took a little bit, and then I just jumped right in. So it was like, I think I did my first collab like the end of February. Yeah.
Okay. Wow. I always felt like I love hearing everyone's origin story because everybody's origin stories how they got into the industry is so different. But one of the key themes that I'm hearing lately is that they're into the lifestyle in some way, shape,
Yeah.
or form. So it seems like that's becoming, well, not becoming, but it seems like that can act as a gateway into the adult industry. Now, with your husband, you know, you're very short into your adult career. How beneficial is it to have your husband to be supportive of you in this way?
Oh, if there were any pause from him or anything, I I couldn't do it, and I also wouldn't do it.
Hmm.
I mean, it because we're in the lifestyle, it's not a issue that I have sex with other men and
Right.
women. Um, but him supporting me, it just makes all the difference. And I definitely know I'm blessed in that aspect of the life,
Hmm.
of the creating, because a lot of these people like have to pay their bills with it,
Right.
where the money's nice, but I can take it kind of at my own pace and not
Right.
do things that maybe I shouldn't do this soon, all
Right.
in the name of making money.
Right. Now, let me ask you, having or being able to look at it and being an industry and that aspect of it, do you think that allows you to be or focus more on the creativity aspect of it than just the actual work part of
Well, I'm totally not creative when it comes to the
it?
scene and stuff. Like, I suck at that part of it. And
Okay.
here's the thing for me, like, I just think it's kind of cheesy, like the
Okay.
whole. So I mean, I do it, but the creativity is not. Now, if somebody has an idea, like
Hmm.
I've been on, in a couple scenes where like there's an idea, and then I'm like, okay, well, maybe we should do this or do that. Um, but the creativity, not that much. But I will say it's let me be able to say no to
Hmm.
some things that maybe somebody else would have said yes to because it would further their career.
Okay.
Maybe it wasn't something they totally wanted to do, but to get their name out there or whatever, they do it. And so that's kind of the thing that it's helped for me.
Okay. Now, one of the things with you guys being in a lifestyle, and one of the things I've seen is a lot, maybe because I'm becoming more aware of aspects of a lifestyle and different terminology because of that. I'm seeing more and more women that are classified as the hot wife. And it seems like it is becoming a genre unto itself, kind of setting
Yeah.
aside the MILF category. Um,
Yeah.
how do you see that really happening and really impacting the industry?
I mean, well, it makes sense from, especially a lot of hot wives have husbands who are cucks, and so
Hmm.
I would say I'm a hot wife, but we're more like stag vixen.
Hmm.
But I think the being the hot wife, it makes sense for hot wives to move into creating, because
Hmm.
that's really what they do anyways in the lifestyle. So it's not much of a jump. Like we got in the lifestyle because I like girls.
Okay.
That was, and that's I think that's a lot of people's foray into the
Hmm.
lifestyle. Um, but yeah, so I mean, I definitely, hot wife is a huge thing. Like my girlfriend, Mandy Mays, and I are doing a series right now. It's called the Hot Wife Chronicles. So we're doing threesomes. We've done 5 or 6 of them. Don't One of those. So, but yes, the hot wife thing is a big thing in the industry now.
Okay. Now, how have you and your husband always been in a lifestyle?
Oh no, no, no. He used to be a deacon in our church. No, it was 4 or 5 years ago. Um, I was I'm always I've always been the more sexually open one of
Mhm.
our relationship. I started having sex in high school. I liked having sex,
Mhm.
so for me, that's always been part of who I am. And he's more kind of a reserved guy.
Right.
Um, but he was not opposed when I brought it to him. And so, I mean, it wasn't a hard sell. So,
Understood.
yeah.
Oh. Now, with that, we have the hot wife. You've been in a lifestyle. Um, that sort of transformation. You said your husband was a deacon and everything. And if this is too personal, let me know. It's fine.
Yeah.
What kind of, I guess, did you see sort of a growth in your relationship because of that? Because I can imagine there's a with that different dynamics, especially that trust and everything, that can, really change things in depending on the people for the better.
Oh, 100%. So if anybody tells you their lifestyle journey has been issue free, they're bullshitting you.
Hmm.
Like, because we are human,
Right.
and so for us going in, the our only hard and fast rules ever, like the two things that are non-negotiables for us, were
Hmm.
we wear condoms and
Hmm.
we don't do anal with other people. That's it. Um and in the beginning, we only wanted to play together.
Right.
Well, as the time kind of wore on, I kept taking one for the team. So then we changed our dynamic. Now we play separate. We like to play together, but that doesn't always work. But there have been issues that have arose,
Hmm.
and it's not like somebody broke a rule or anything. It's more like when something happens, you feel different than you thought you were going to feel.
Understood.
And then you have to kind of work through that. And so, honestly, for us, our relationship is a million times stronger than it ever was, simply because we have to communicate more.
That's what I was
So,
thinking. Yes.
yeah, I mean, really, because you have to talk everything through, and it's like, because if you don't, you can't continue doing it. So you make it work.
Yeah, that is. I was. That's one of the reasons I brought that because I thought about that and just with some of even just conversations I had with people in a lifestyle and even like personally, but in here, those that have a partner, it really can't continue unless there's like healthy, open, honest communication and to
Absolutely.
work through those points where, and I wouldn't say you hit a rough patch, but like you said, you're in your mind, yeah, okay, I'm cool with this. This is cool. This is fine. But the things kind of happen like, oh, I I didn't expect to feel this way.
100%.
um,
And I will
yeah.
say, generally, the person who gets in their feels is me.
Hmm.
Like, um, he's never done anything wrong, but I sometimes get in my feels about stuff where I thought I was cool with it. And then I'm like, yeah, I don't think I like that. So
Look,
he's way more even temperament than I
right. Look, at the end of the day, that's still your man. That's still your husband. So
Right.
I totally can understand that,
Yeah.
and vice versa. Like even with the communication, you're still human and y'all still together.
Right. Yeah. I mean, and for us, like at any moment, if either one said we're done in the lifestyle, that'd
Hmm.
be it. Like that, we're done. No, there's no trying to talk him out of it, talk him into it. That's it. Because we don't need it. It's
Hmm.
more just like an extracurricular that we do.
Understood. Now, with the adult industry, since you've been in it for such a short time, um, have you thought about what direction you like to go in? Like, what are your goals and aspirations of being in the industry?
Honestly, I haven't really set goals per
Right.
se. Um, I am super new, and
Hmm.
I mean, I'm having a ton of fun, and I'm meeting the most amazing people. Um, and like I'm taking off. I just had my surgery, and
Right.
so I worked like all summer, like
Hmm.
a lunatic. I traveled. I was in LA. I've been in Vegas. I've been in Miami. Tampa. Like I was working. So when I had my surgery, my OnlyFans is queued up for a new release from now till February. But
Wow.
yeah, because I just wanted to make sure I could take the time off to recover.
Hmm.
Um, so I don't know, like obviously a paid scene, that's cool.
Right.
Am I pursuing mainstream actively? No. If somebody comes to me, and says, "Hey, if it fits my brand and it's then yeah, I will do it." But
Right.
I'm learning, and the more people I'm talking to, your own owning your own content, being your own production company is
Yeah.
really what pays the dividends down the road. So I have however many scenes. I own those. They're mine. I can make money on them forever.
Right.
So I'm happy with that right now, and I'm happy making the connections, and I've really made some great friends even in the short time I've been in, like
Hmm.
people that I could call on. So I'm just still trying to grow that, and not necessarily get my name out there, but
Right.
to meet people, because I'm a people person. If I don't connect on a level, I can't have a sex scene with you.
Right. Makes sense.
Yeah.
Certainly makes sense. Now, with that, are there anyone, or is there anyone like since you're in the industry, you're starting to do collabs, are there anyone, is anyone male or female, you say, oh, I'm doing this, this is somebody who I like to potentially do a collaboration with, somebody maybe you've seen as far as this in the industry is like, oh, this would be really cool since I'm doing this, anybody like that?
Actually, I've worked with some really big name people already, which is crazy. Like I'm literally nobody, but like I said, Addison James is my best friend.
Right.
Um, Eliza Ray, who's been in the industry for years, her and I have been real life friends for, I think it's 18 years now.
Mhm.
So I know I've made some connections based on them, but I've also
Mhm.
made some on my own. I mean, I've worked with Quentin James, I've worked with Alexis Fox, I've worked with a Stretch Master, like big name people who are doing pretty big things.
Right.
I, I don't know why they're working with me, but I mean, and honestly, like they're all great people. So
Understood. Well, I mean, clearly, if they're working with you, they've seen your content and like what you do to want to reach out to work with you. So I would say that's a good look on what you're doing already.
Yeah. I mean, I'm just being me, and that's one of the things, like, honestly, what I put out there, besides the naked part, like, that is really who I am. Like,
Right.
I literally raised 5 kids. I was the mom where everybody came over, all the kids were always here. Like, I just really am the mom next door. And I really am trying to stick to that with my brand,
Mhm.
just really be true to that. And I think that's made it easier also for me, because I'm not one person one day and then somebody else the next day.
Right. That makes sense. I mean, who you are is who you are, and if that translates to everything you do, it seemed like it would be a lot easier to keep up with things in that regard
Right.
instead of
Yeah. Yeah.
being
I'm
one
not good
person
at
here, one
fake.
person there. Yeah, yeah. Well, not even
Yeah.
think. I would say different aspects of your personality, but at some point in time, those things clash. And if you're literally the same in every aspect, then I
Right.
would think it's a lot easier. Even with this is like this is still me in every way, shape, and form. It's just another
Yeah.
thing that I do as me, even though I'm using a different name, but still.
Right. Yeah. Literally, that's it. Just a different name. I mean, even like during scenes, you'll get with somebody and you talk about your do's and your don'ts.
Mhm.
And there are just things that are non-negotiables. Like, I'm not, like, you can call me a slut, but I'm not a whore. I'm not a
Mhm.
bitch. There's just things like, and there is a niche for that there, but
Right.
that is not for me. I just,
Understood.
I just that no. So
Understood. Now, I'm gonna switch gears for a second because correct me if I'm wrong. I understand you're a Dallas Cowboys fan.
I am.
Okay, so I know you're very happy at the results of this week.
Yes, because my husband's happy.
Okay. Now,
Yes.
I am not a Cowboys fan, but I live in the Washington D.C. area, so it's like everybody's either a Cowboys fan or well, I guess what is it? What are you now? I'll just say Redskins. I forget.
Okay.
Commanders, yeah, Commanders
Commanders,
fan.
yeah. The
I
Commanders.
always find that I'm from Baltimore originally, so I'm a Ravens fan. And then the game in with the Chiefs and the way I wanted to, but it's still the Chiefs. But how is it? How big of a sports fan are you?
I mean, we watch sports. I grew up playing sports. My
Mhm.
sons all played football. So I'd say we're pretty big sports fans. And we've been Cowboys fans for, God, I don't know. My son's gonna be 26. I would say he was maybe 10. So we've been, because we're originally from San Diego, so
Right.
we were Chargers fans by
Okay.
default.
Hmm.
Um, and then we became Cowboys fans along the way. And yeah, I mean, my son, of all of them, like, one of the years they lost in the playoffs, he took himself outside and cried on the trampoline. Like,
Oh
it's
man,
pretty serious around here for my
I
family.
see. Wow. I personally I didn't get that football bug. Being from Baltimore in the age I am, the Colts left when I was fairly young, so I was about what 7 or 8 when they left. So I never got immersed in the NFL to where I grew up with and just loved it. Me, I'm an Orioles fan. I'm a baseball fan. Now, baseball, that's when I get passionate about the Orioles. So I find the NFL passion. It's a different sort of passion compared to other
Yeah,
sports, and I think every sport is different in that regard. But I find it so amazing how there's such a passion for the NFL and football where, like you said, like your son's crying on the trampoline.
yeah,
I find it absolutely fascinating. It's
yeah,
cool though. I love the fanaticism. I love being a fan, and it's just really cool watching others when they are just like so invested in their teams
yeah.
and what they represent. So that's really cool. In that regard. Now I have to ask you this, and I don't know if they briefed you on this. I'm into fragrances, so I want to know: are you into fragrance at all? And if you are, what are some of your favorites?
Well, I do love perfume and stuff, but I quit wearing it mostly because it's bad for you.
Oh,
But I like some of the Carolina Herreras. I have some of those.
okay.
I have a ton. I'm big on the Victoria's Secret teas.
Hmm.
That is like probably that's the one I wear the most now.
Hmm.
But my husband and my sons are all Blue Day Chanel guys.
Okay. Can't go
And
wrong
then
with
I
that.
have one, well, my husband also has some Jimmy Choo,
Hmm.
is it Man Ice, the white one?
Yes.
And one of my sons wears that. He likes that better, but they're all Blue Day Chanel guys.
Okay.
So
All right. Well, that's cool. Like I said, Blue Shade de Chanel is a great fragrance. You can't go wrong with that. One
no.
thing I see from your Instagram, though, outside of some of the things you've done as far as the massages and I think the yoga, whatnot, you're very big into physical fitness. How big? At least it seems like you're very big into keeping yourself in
Mhm.
shape. How big is that in your life and your lifestyle?
Oh, that's huge. And actually that's the thing I'm struggling with on this recovery right now because I can't move my body.
Right.
Um yeah, no. So probably about I guess 3 years ago,
Hmm.
my hormones were all out of whack. I was feeling yucky, like, and I finally got that squared away and I started doing Pilates. And then I started teaching Pilates. And then I kind of got burned out on that. And so I still do Pilates at home. I have a reformer.
Hmm.
Um, but I also go to the gym and lift weights with my husband. He goes like 6 days a week. I probably go 4 to 5. So yeah, it's a big deal. Like it, yes, moving my body is a big deal.
Understood. Understood. And I'm sure that also keeps you young and youthful and definitely helps doing adult content.
Oh, 100%. Yeah, definitely. And the Pilates and the flexibility and all that, whew,
Mhm.
that makes a difference for sure. But yeah, no, we're pretty health conscious. We eat clean, we eat organic,
Mhm.
we do all those things now. So
Okay, well, that's awesome. Well, I'm not going to keep you any longer. Crystal, tell everybody where they can find you.
you can find me at KarissaKoxx.com, and it's Karissa and then KOXX.com.
Thank you. So that's there, and all of the associated links will be there, Instagram, all that. You'll
Absolutely.
find that
Yep.
all there as well. Crystal, thank you very much. I really appreciate your time. You guys,
Thank you.
thank you. We at Web Style, the Man of Voice Fragrance. Thank you for your time. Thank you for your listening. And remember, stay safe out there and be blessed. Peace.
Little swag out there and boss. Look, is that bow tie paisley? Ah, you're a killer. Ooh, I mean, this is me right here, baby.